What's going on, everyone? Cody Tritter here with the Real Estate Partners at REPYYC First. Today, we're actually doing a quick little video just about what I'd like to call legends of the real estate industry. And what this is solely is just to kind of pay homage to some of the pioneers in real estate, because we're so heavily focused on tech and lead gen and social media and all that through technology and utilizing those things. From our many platform providers that help us service our clients better, to technology that we've developed ourselves that's proprietary for us, to help build our clients and offer more than your average agent is offering. And with us, one thing that's huge is content, and you can see that through the sheer volume of pages we have on our website. And without just sitting you on a static page here, what I'm going to do is just kind of show you. This is an article we wrote recently about Joe Ferrara, who, in my opinion, is one of the biggest legends in the online game, online world, real estate blogging. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but definitely recommend you go and check out this page. It's just a write-up from us. I'll put the link in the description about Joe Ferrara and what he did in the industry, which if you look at if you know anything about SEO and anything about real estate, and mixing the two, ultimately what it comes down to is content being king, right? And you got to write good content to have people find what it is you want them, what they're looking for, and what you want them to land on, right? And Joe created a blog called the Celsius Real Estate Blog, and if you go back, I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this, but it's called the Wayback Machine. If you just Google that, it's called the Wayback Machine Internet Archive. You can find old captured sites, and even if they're no longer available. So his site, Celsius Real Estate Now, is just a quick little WordPress template, but you can't find any content on there. If you go on the Wayback Machine, though, you can jump back all the way back to 2006 for Joe, where you can see just he was a mod. Like I couldn't even imagine. I wish I could hire Joe right now to write on our website, but just constantly pounded out new content on there. And honestly, some of it was serious, some of it was takes on certain things, some of it seemed like political, and some of it was just funny, like outright funny. But I pulled up a few articles that I actually really enjoyed and liked. This one here. Let's just block that out. This one here, how to faux paint a room in 1,000 words. It's a great little article. And Joe just basically does commentary on painting and whatnot. And I'm just gonna scroll down here. Like teaching faux painting 1,000 words may not be worth a picture. Let's get into the quote of the article, which if you read the whole article, I'm not going to read the whole article to you, but I just actually really enjoyed his take on a lot of things. But let's get into the more, these ones are the more interesting ones. Well, this one here is just funny. He's talking so this is where he kind of gets in the nitty gritty of things, with certain topics. So he's just kind of talking about how, a columnist got fired over a real estate video where they just made a comment over something, and the person wasn't really happy about it, and they lost their job. So it wasn't just him making jokes or giving information, but he and he even says here, the story carries bias from my knowing Trisha Posner. So he was obviously going out to bat for her, but just drawing attention to maybe something that wasn't the most above board situation. So this is the one here that is so interesting to see. I mean, we're 12 years now from this article, just over 12 years. So it's October 3rd today, 2019. Zillow needs more money and gets it. And he talks about Rich Barton, founder of Expedia and Zillow and all that. And basically, it's a huge take on kind of where Zillow was then and where they need to go and all these other things, talking about the Zestimate, which we don't have in Canada, but I mean, Zillow's taken over right now, and I know he'd probably have a million things to say, but if you look here, these are all articles talking about Zillow 12 years ago, and to see where Zillow's come from then is pretty insane, but it kind of shows how he had his finger on the pulse with them. This article here, great top 12 women real estate bloggers in 2007. So what you'll find, like for example, even with our website, it's more local and Calgary focused, whereas Joe's blog was more like it propped up other people. It covered a variety of topics nationwide. It wasn't just local real estate knowledge, which is what a lot of agents do now, because that's where I personally, on our site, we don't need people from Toronto reading articles unless they're looking to move here. So an article focused on moving from Toronto to Calgary and what it entails would be very helpful for someone searching that. But if you're living in Toronto, you probably don't care about community statistics for Hillhurst, for example, a new listing we just had come out in Hillhurst, right? You wouldn't care about that. This one here I thought was even funnier, which is talking about Federal Reserves to curb mortgage lending abuses, more rules for those who hate rules. Which when you see this and then you fast forward a little bit, when they had their outright mortgage crisis, the subprime lending and all that, this kind of foreshadowed it a little bit, right? So informational stuff here you've got, and then again, I just want to demonstrate. This is the last one here. I just wanted to show you guys real quickly. This is the cool part about the REPYYC time machine, is we've got articles all the way from January 2006, so January 31st. I mean, we're able to go back 13 years, over 13 years, and just kind of see, like, so if you're ever wondering, like, some of the history of how real estate was shaped and formed, and the online side of it, and especially if you're kind of a nerd, if you want to put it that way, about this stuff, and you're interested in seeing it, I'd heavily recommend you go to the REPYYC time machine here. So type in Internet Archive REPYYC machine, type that in, blog.celsiusrealestate.com, and just start looking through, and there's so much in there. And admittedly, a lot of this stuff isn't going to be completely relevant to growing your business today or anything like that. Like, if you're really looking for tips on because if you're looking for tips on SEO or SEM or anything like that, like, maybe not the best resource for you. But if you're ever looking to kind of just see, like, what was real estate like, especially if you're just getting into the industry, what was real estate like in the US, and some of the things that we were talking about then, which I really think you could translate into what's now, is having that knowledge. You can refer back to it in your articles, saying, Joe Ferrara used to talk about this in his blog, blah, 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 blah. It's just very cool knowledge. And anyways, yeah, just wanted to share that. And again, I'll drop the link on this. We're going to add this video to this page. But what we're going to try and do is have something like this pumped out once a month, once every 2 months maybe. It's not a huge business building activity for us, but we do want to shout out to some of the pioneers. And eventually this will probably lead into a podcast. Shout out if you want to hear that from us, and hear us talk for 50 minutes on end about who knows what. But that's kind of what this is gearing towards, is we just want to start putting out content that isn't just sexy videos of homes and real estate training and all that other stuff that we're constantly putting out. We want to broaden our horizons a little. So this is our Legends of Real Estate series, and first one is a shout out to Joe Ferrara, who unfortunately passed away at a young age, and I think, though, really helped shape and teach people the importance of good content, engaging content, and the impacts that would have on your business. I mean, even just strictly from a networking standpoint, you're putting out good content like that. That means you're going to have incredible agents who are hungry, knowledgeable, seeking that stuff, who may not be in your market, but know people that are in your market that are looking for homes. I mean, it's a great way to segue that into referrals. So just, thanks for tuning in. I know it's a little long, and it isn't the most visually interactive piece, but we just wanted to share that and put the word out there about this article. Thanks for tuning in.